Hi, I'm Mike, and this is my review of the Formula Fun surfboard. This board, I really wanted to like this board. It's got a lot of really cool things about it, but the problem is it is a very difficult board to surf. It's really hard to stand up on. It's a 5'3", 42 liters of foam. I was stepping down from a 6'1" groveler, and the difference in the length was drastic. My 6'1", I can paddle around on it pretty easy. This one I could paddle around on actually really easily. The problem wasn't the volume, it was more kind of how the volume's displaced in the board. Basically, the sweet spot of the board is kind of right here, like just behind the logo. And it seems like that's plenty of space to stand up on, but the first wave I paddled into, I put my front foot on the board, kind of where I would think, would be a good spot for it to be. I'm a pretty front-footed surfer, so I tend to steer off my front foot, stand on my front foot. So anyway, I stood up, and my back foot was actually off the back of the board. Like as soon as I went to stand up, I was in the splits, and the board shot out. So after that, I thought, well, I should make sure my back foot's on the board before I go to stand up. So every wave I caught after that, I would get my foot, on the board. But the problem was I was having to bring my foot so far forward that it just felt like my feet were too close together, and I was pushing all my weight like straight down on the board, and it would sink. So it was just a really difficult board to stand up on. I'm kind of at the, in my surfing career, I'm in the place where, I just want a board that I can go out and have fun on. I don't want to ride the trickiest piece of equipment. I just want a board that's easy to ride. And this board is not easy to ride. There are some good things about the board. The construction's really nice. Future fins, super nice to have future fins on a foamy. Watching the videos that Formula Foam posted online, I'm guessing that most of the surfers in those videos are pretty advanced, just because the way they're surfing it looks like it's pretty easy to stand up and go on, when in reality it's actually quite challenging just to stand up on this board. The other video that I saw on their website was a video of kids surfing it, and that made me think this would be a great board for a kid. Like if a 4 to 5 foot tall child who's light and just wants kind of a board that they can still maneuver with their weight and height, this board would be really good. For someone who's bigger like myself, it had plenty of volume, but the way the volume is distributed didn't seem to work. Again, as I stepped further forward, the nose started to sink down, and so it was more difficult to stand up and keep the board going. And then as I slid back, I didn't have enough space to get my foot on the back of the board. So anyway, my review is this board would be good for a smaller, more advanced surfer than myself, or for, if you have kids and you're looking for a good board that they could go out, learn to surf on, and then progress to a more advanced level. I think it would be good for that. This board, I got a friend who's 5'3", and she's a more advanced surfer than I am. And I think this board would be good for her, so I'm going to give her this board, and then kind of keep an eye out for what Formula Fun comes out with in the future. My vote is for a quad fun-shaped board. I think would be a good use of this technology as far as the board design. And like I said, the construction's really good. It's just more a matter of the distribution of the foam and kind of the design of the board. So that's my review of the Formula Fun. I hope it was useful, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.